Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you episode 4 of the Gladiator series where we only loot from the players we kill. Last episode we timed our assassination attempt perfectly, sort of, and game 2 ended up being crazy profitable as we hoovered a bunch of loot down with just a few seconds left on the clock. So jumping into episode 4, this is actually game number 6. A couple of those episodes I combined, and I'll be combining a couple here as well.
I just lost all my... Sad.
It's okay, babe. It's okay. You'll die among everybody else here. I'm sorry about it, but I need every meckle I can get.
I know exactly how that guy feels. So we start off in a spawn that I should be used to by now. For some strange reason I decided to play this one a little differently and try to go up top first. This is kind of an example why this is a bad idea. Try to pull just one at a time. He's not interested, and then pulling like 2 or 3 at a time, including one of them being an archer, so end up taking one right to the eyeball. So that takes us down to, you know, just over half HP pretty friggin' quickly. Take this protection bot. I seriously don't want to tank another arrow. Luckily he misses. And then we're able to deal with this guy, who's also super noisy. Super annoying. I used to not mind this spawn, and I still don't. It's just I picked the complete wrong direction to try to approach this in. Clearing up the last of the mobs, we move on to kind of an exciting room, and we do the classic method of just sprinting as fast as possible and avoiding everything. Well, we basically pray that nothing catches up to us quite fast enough to land a hit. Steps from the big guy in there can get a little intimidating, but it's very possible just to skip a lot of stuff in that room. On the other side, within a few seconds, we actually find a barbarian just chilling down here, breaking some stuff. So we're gonna fight this. 2 clean hits. Also 2 clean hits by him, which means we die. So the first death of the series, really thought that one started out quite well. Just the reach on that final swing of the arming sword wasn't quite enough. It was right there in the tip of his nose, it just didn't catch him. He was left with like 15-20 HP left, and we're back to the main lobby here. So we gear up again, we take this really terrible falchion and nothing else, and we try to basically make something of this. Right in this next game we find a guy with a blue felling axe, which means if we run into that guy, we'll probably suffer the same fate. So because you guys have seen me kill goblins 100 times already, I'm just going to zoom through this one. This falchion's actually god-awful. It takes forever to kill some of these mobs. But enjoy the music. Just gonna chill. He actually had some really nice pants that I wish I could take. Probably helped me out quite a bit on this struggle I'm about to get into. It was this game right here where I started to realize that people are just way more geared than I'm going to be. And this was now, you know, a couple days into the playtest where I was severely undergeared. I knew this challenge was going to be difficult. However, the first couple days it was much more manageable. I'm not willing to change any of the rules yet. It's just going to get increasingly more difficult as we kind of move ahead here. I actually hate this location because the mobs never actually push around the corner. They always just sit in there and shoot arrows at you, and then you have that floor spike trap that never lets you get close to them. If you do get close to them, you usually have a goblin mage to deal with. Kind of a brutal spot to be. Right here I'm tempted though, because if I tank a little bit of damage, I do get the health shrine. We hear the mage throwing some stuff at us, so he's now aggroed. Isn't ideal. We hear Guy, and then instantly, as soon as we hear him, we hear a potion. We miss our second swing. We land 2 swings. Once again, he lands 2 swings, and that means we're dead. So, yeah, as I thought, this is the barbarian guy. I actually can't understand how it's only 5 HP I did to him. Like, I don't know what happened there. One of them was eaten by the shield, and then the second one must have hit arms, and that's just how little it does. Like, I did absolutely nothing to this guy. That brings our death total up to 2, and we go back to the lobby empty-handed. Trying to pick through some of our scraps to find something serviceable, we decide, you know what, maybe we can make a fighter into a barbarian and go felling axe as well. We do get kind of an interesting spawn here because you can skirt around the edge of this one without actually aggroing any mobs or the Goblin Mage, so I'm not sure what's going on with this barrel, but maybe my Felling Axe isn't sharp. That one seems to break fine. Front one just didn't want to break. Must be client side. I'm pretty sure they had some issues with that. I was stuck behind stuff before thinking it wasn't breaking, but it was, and just minor little issues. A more concerning issue is how we're going to deal with this Death Beetle with a Felling Axe I'm not really comfortable using. We end up going around and kind of going to this high up spot because it worked so well for us before with that assassination. Being up here is kind of nice, and we do hear a bard right underneath us. Now, in the past, I've been quite nice to bards, but honestly, I'm so desperate at this point, I'll take any loot I can get. And if it means making fake friends with this guy, then it might have to happen. Things have gotten rough. We went from 8 kills, no deaths, to 8 kills, 2 deaths. Very, very quickly. So I'm kind of debating with myself internally and within my challenge. The last bard I spared ended up actually working in our favor a little bit, where he distracted a rogue from killing us, or fighting us. But if this guy ends up getting a little too close, a little too personal, definitely going to take my opportunity. We consider making this a little bit darker, because I actually just want to get a couple free hits in. And we hear him fighting stuff, and we decide maybe we should just end this now, rather than dilly-dally anymore.
I need every metal I can get.
Even though we get the kill, we're now surrounded. Like, big time surrounded. And I suck with the Felling Axe, especially on the fighter. It feels like such an unnatural weapon for me now, having used dual sword almost the entire playtest. We end up getting tagged by a Goblin Blade here and get poisoned, and things are not looking good. I desperately try to finish some of these guys off, and eventually just run out of room and have to find a way quickly out of there because we're not going to be able to deal with those all. We walk out of this room, and somehow Death Beetle aggroes onto us, which I was not wanting at all. And we get tagged by it as well. We're literally 10 HP. We finish that Death Beetle off, dodge an arrow, and take another way around to try to see if we can get this loot. Just hoping I might be able to sneak through and kind of snag some loot through the door. And somehow the Goblin Mage is still aggroed onto us. The real problem here was that Goblin Archer. So we're back to the lobby. And here we go again. Determined to make this Felling Axe work, and determined to not waste, another death without getting any loot at all. So we go Felling Axe, and maybe this time I'll be a little bit more comfortable with it. We need to desperately get some loot here. Smash this guy in the face, just trying her out again.
Wilson, you're gonna regret that, dude. We could have been friends, but now I'm gonna kill you no matter what you say, okay?
No. Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it, Wilson.
All I have is this shitty axe.
Kill. Yeah, dude.
It's actually Wilson's
Shitty
game.
book.
Do you have a Twitch or
My
YouTube?
gear, bro? No, I've never done any of that.
Really? Why does it say TV then?
I don't know. Don't stream snipe me, thank you.
Oh yeah. If anyone can actually decipher what he said there at the end, I wish you the best of luck. I still can't figure it out. So here we are in game number 4, which actually brings our total up, I think, to game number 10. And the mistakes just keep piling up with this Felling Axe as I take some more damage from mobs, which I really am going to probably regret taking. Not only just the fact that I literally have taken no meds into these runs, but the resting takes so long. So we rest up, and we move on and find, geez, joy, a whole bunch of red spiders. After fighting these things with the Felling Axe, we end up taking a bit more damage, and I learn, why not just skirt these things around the center of the room and have it basically do the work for us. So we just use a trap to our advantage, which feels way easier than swinging that Felling Axe repeatedly at my toes, trying to smash these spiders in the face. Another quick little rest, perhaps, will put us on our way to glory, and into a room which I very much enjoy. And we see a barbarian, just, doing the little friendly dance. And these are the kind of situations where I wish I had a bow. So I definitely would put a crossbow bolt in that guy's helmet, because I am super desperate for loot at this point, and I don't want to make this a 4-0 type of deal. We see a rogue actually sneaking up, so maybe he'll put pressure on the barbarian. He sees me and does the little friendly dance as well. Oh, I really don't trust that at all. Maybe these two will fight. We can kind of join in. Truthfully, I'm 70 HP with a really terrible weapon that honestly doesn't really suit my class or playstyle at the moment at all. But we're going to try to make this work. Hearing what sounds like the barbarian above us, we decide the only way we make it out of here with loot is if we actually push this guy. So we head upstairs and decide to fight. We whiff our first shot. Land two, basically because of adrenaline rush. And tank a hit. And somehow, we finally got what we came for. A little bit of loot. Not much, not great return, considering it's been 4 games. However, we do increase our kill totals. And accidentally throw an axe into the floor. Accidentally throw another axe into the floor. Just keep telling me I was on a bandage when I wasn't. But perhaps our luck could be turning here. All we need now is a decent portal. We get out of here with some loot. Didn't really cost us much, other than basically our dignity and a lot of stress. Using weapons that I'm really not familiar with. But the challenge is what it is, you know. We have to try to use really bare bones stuff. And see if we can actually escape, or how much inventory we can get. So this would actually be the challenge at 10 games. And finding a portal behind that door means we will be escaping with some of this gear in our inventory. Which was a very nice feeling. I was starting to kind of get a little worried that I was never going to make it out of here again. So we make it home with our kill total now sitting at 10. However, we now have 3 deaths. Selling some of this gear, we do get, you know, it's not a terrible return considering we didn't really spend much on anything. And our gold total has gone up. Basically throwing yourselves into goblin caves over and over again, it can be successful. It's just not a pleasant experience at times against people with blue or green or whatever gear they're running in there. And at this point I was starting to kind of debate myself whether I should still keep taking Adrenaline Rush or maybe switch to Second Wind for a bit more survivability as I'm not purchasing any meds. I will definitely be making a weapon change because I did not enjoy using the Felling Axe on the fighter class. And I think I'm actually going to try out one of these rapiers, which may offer a unique kind of interesting setup with dual wield Adrenaline Rush and all the attack speed bonuses. So next episode we'll definitely be testing that out, and testing our grit against another barbarian or two is likely in our future. So once again, thank you all. Wish you guys the best of luck, and I hope to see this game again soon. And I really hope you're enjoying this series, or this challenge, as it will become an increasingly difficult challenge as the playtest wears on. I think next time I may adjust some of the rules, and I do have a lot more of this stuff recorded for you guys. So, thank you all for being here, and I'll see you guys next time.